Hello, everybody. Welcome to another Christmas catalog live stream. We got a comment from Dan already. Oh, wow, my first stream. Can't wait, Michael. Love your work. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. And today I am rocking the tie-dye in honor of Superstar Billy Graham. Got his belt right beside me here, too. And this great little 8-bit rendition of Superstar's theme is by Zach Winkler from Jesus Christ Superstar. All right, before we take a look at the Sears catalog, I just want to give a couple of shout outs here. We're doing a little bit of Christmas in July here. And I want to give a shout out to Marine Toys for Tots in the States. So we're quite a ways away from Christmas, but kids love toys all year long, especially underprivileged kids. So there's a number of different ways that you can help out. All you got to do is go to, if you're in the States, toysfortots.org. Click on the menu and ways to donate. You can either make a monetary donation, virtual toy box, which is really cool. You can actually pick out specific toys, pop them in the cart, and send them off. So instead of just donating money, you can get a little bit more specific with what you want to donate. And then if you're in Canada, you can go over to toysfortotscanada.com. And I should make sure you guys can hear me. Can you guys hear me okay? Micah is here. Very good to see you. Good afternoon. And hi, Rebel, you Rebel scum. The Bob Squad is in the house. Eating T-bone steaks, lifting barbell plates, sweeter than a German chocolate cake, Daddy. That's right. And may I add to that, the man of the hour, the man with the power, too sweet to be sour, the women's pet, the men's regret. What you saw was what you get. What you didn't was better yet. Love that theme. And home for the holidays. Yeah, let me know if the sound is okay. I was trying to set up before the stream today with my microphone, and I have come to the conclusion I will never use another microphone, at least a Yeti Blue microphone, for a live stream as long as I live. They're so finicky. I've had 3 different ones now, and there's always some kind of issue, some kind of cord or interface. Dan, good to see you. Awesome. Good to see you too. Member of the Patreon tribe. Fantastic. All right. Bob. Bob is very hilarious. And he's actually a stand-up comedian. So if you're in the San Diego area, check out some of Bob's shows, because he is a very funny comedian. Can't wait to see what lies between these pages. So I was giving a shout out to Toys for Tots before we take a look at the catalog. Click on donations and a couple of different ways to help out. toysfortotscanada.com. They also, I believe, take donations at Canadian Tires. You can drop toys off around Christmas time at Canadian Tire, but just to plant a little seed there, let you know that is going to be going on. And it's Plug City here. The website that I use is the Internet Archive, which all of the scans come from Wishbook Web, but the Internet Archive is what I use to go through these, because you can flip through the pages like this, which I don't believe you can do on wishbook.web. And I really like being able to do that. So they're taking donations too. You can chip in 5, 17. These are strange increments. I've never seen 5 or 17 or 50 or 100. 17 is a strange one. But yeah, they take donations too. All right, on to the 1988 Wishbook Web. Why 88? Because I just did the classified CoverGirl review, and I was really impressed with that figure. And I used the look by Roxette on that one. She's got the look, and that one actually came out in 88. So that's why I decided to do that. And by the way, ho, 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 got the Christmas mug out. A little bit of peppermint tea today to soothe the unhappy, not quite upset, but a bit unhappy, a little disgruntled stomach today. And good to see you, Bobby, another Patreon tribe member, upstate New York. Hope your skies have cleared up a little bit. Starting to look a little more clear here from the Canadian wildfires. And just want to take a second here to send out thoughts and prayers to everyone affected by those Canadian wildfires. That yeah, that's heavy. So thinking of all you folks affected by that. Another Patreon tribe member, Gaz, good to see you. What did I just do? I clicked a star on that. I don't know what that star does. High fives from Germany. Guten Abend, guten Tag, wie geht es Ihnen? All right, let's take a look at what's going on here. Wish you a Merry Christmas, save 10%. All through the house. I'm just going to give you a quick look at some of, I'm sure some guys would like a longer look at that page, at some of these pages, because we're looking at 660 pages here. That's a slog. Just me, or does that look like Bruce Campbell? Babies. I know everyone, at least most people who watch my channel, the highlight of this is going to be the toy section. So I'll just quickly flip through here. Garfield phone. Love old Garfield. And what else do we got here? Ah, very good. Sehr gut, sehr gut. Groovy. How's that music volume? Is it too loud? I guess you can adjust your own volume, but I don't want it to be too loud over my voice. You can also switch it up after a while. Got a couple of different Christmas tunes. There we go. That's a little more jazzy. Products. Another Garfield. Oh man. Let's see if I can do this right. Can I? I'm supposed to be able to zoom with my mouse. It's not working though. Guess I can just use the zoom button here. An Elf watch. That's come on, that's hideous. I love the old Alpha, but that's not good. McDonald's, what is this? McDonald's rain ponchos. Strange things you find in these old catalogs. Lots of happy people. Tennis, anyone? Jewelry. Sure the ladies would like a longer look at some of these pages. Dudes out there are getting ready to propose. Don't skimp on that engagement ring. I forget what the rule is. Is it 3 months salary? Whatever it may be. Don't skimp on it. I mean, it shouldn't matter, but it's not about the thing. It's not about the monetary value. It's about the dedication and the sacrifice and the saving. So, especially if you're a toy collector, put getting that Thundercats layer on hold and get your gal a nice engagement ring. Lots of watches. I believe I had that one. Calculator watch right there. So everyone today says, my math teacher used to say, what are you going to do? Carry a calculator around with you? And something's fallen in the toy room. It's the wrestling section. Wouldn't you know it, the LJNs are all having a battle royale. Well, it didn't take 30 years for me to carry a calculator around. I had one of these, so I would hold it up and tell the teacher, I already have a calculator. Gotta love the strategically placed hand to cover the label of the soda pop can. And that's just like a generic. That's not even a real soda pop can. It's like they've painted it. Because no pop can looked like that with just the logo underneath the hands. And she has entirely too many watches on there. Watch out, watches. Thanks to you, my family started collecting toys. I'm very sorry to hear that. No, I'm glad to hear that. Hope you're having fun with it. And every time I hear that, I just feel obliged to say, have fun, but don't get too carried away. Pay the bills, buy eggs and milk too. Swatches were so cool back then. I really wanted one, but we really couldn't afford it. Nowadays, they'd have to cover a delicious wild cherry Pepsi Zero, which tastes just like regular wild cherry Pepsi. I really wish I had a promo code to get one of those. I wonder what would happen if I put that promo code in. 1 second while I wipe my nose. Snow globes, that's Christmassy. All right, I'm only on page 100 here. I gotta pick up the pace. Magic Kingdom collection. The Disney section before they owned everything. I would have said, do they own Sears? But I believe Sears is gone everywhere now. It's gone in Canada. I'm not sure if it's still around in the States. Being limited numbers. Some classy ladies. Blah, blah, blah. This is what I used to do as a kid. Just flip through this. Who cares? It's like almost everyone here looks like Jennifer Garner. I like Jennifer Garner. She's a classy, old-fashioned lady. Some classy guys. Nice pants. All right, now we're cooking. Coming up on page 200. This is more like it. It's really nothing. I feel like I've done this in the previous Christmas catalog live streams. Dwelled on some of this more boring stuff. Suspenders. Coveralls. That's a cool bathrobe with a hood. Some classic sports memorabilia. It looks like, is it Billy from Karate Kid? Maybe. I don't recall. World War II style bomber jackets. Yeah, right on. Denim. It'll never go out of style. When's everyone's lunch break over here? I'm assuming quite a few of you are going to be on Eastern time. A little earlier in the day for people on the West Coast. Man, lots of clothes in these catalogs. Something for everybody. And the babies. That's cool. Classic Disney stuff. It's a whole page of poo. And some more poo. There's poo all over this catalog. Sweep the leg. Fur coats. This must have been before the anti-fur movement. Or fake. It's all synthetic fur. Toddler toys. So we're still in the Disney specific section, which back then Disney, all they had was like Mickey and the Pooh. And the tertiary characters with those franchises, but it's insane all the stuff they own now. Can you imagine going back in time, telling your past self, in 30 years, Disney is going to own the Muppets, Star Wars, basically own everything under 20th Century Fox, so Aliens, Die Hard, Predator? I believe that was Fox. Oh, cool. Retro typewriter. Easy bake oven. They killed synthetic animals. It's like Blade Runner. All right, we're moving. I'm getting to that toy section a lot quicker than normal. There's a Barbie section. What's Barbie up to? Yeah. I mean, the girls, like, for all the guys who are loving all the detail that Hot Toys and Classified and m.a.s.k provide, the girls were 30 years ahead of us with, like, all the different clothes and accessories, and we're just basically doing what girls were doing back in the 80s, 70s, and 80s. Real attention to detail there. Lots of options. Muppets, Sesame Street Muppets, which, yep, coming out soon with Ryan Gosling. That's a strange one, as Ken. I heard they're making toys based on the new Barbie movie. I believe you're right. It will arguably be, you know, the rest. Not that I've seen any Alien stuff, but you know there's going to be a third repaint of the $9.99 Walmart ones. Yeah, they do. Spectra. What's Spectra? Happy to catch a live fellow Canadian here. Hey, thanks for joining. And I believe you might be an Armchair Directors viewer, because only the Armchair Directors viewers call me Mercy. Crannel and Mercy. The world's largest Barbie convention just happened last week in Florida. Wow. Can't imagine what that's like. And Quano Man, Patreon Tribe. What was that again? I'm going to find what someone mentioned there. Spectra. So these Muppets aren't owned by Disney, thanks to Jim Henson. He insisted that Sesame Street would own those Muppets in perpetuity, and that was one of the sticking points when Disney tried to buy the Muppets back before Henson passed away. He said, nope, those are Sesame Street Muppets forever. That's a funny thing to be on the screen there. Horse. And some old electronics toys and track stuff, Super Bowl. Good old guitars, drum sets, keyboards. There's a dinosaur keyboard. Nature finds a way to become a keyboard. Did you ever get into the G.I. Joe 25th anniversary line of figures? I certainly did. I've got many, maybe most of them. Love them. On the right side, she was in a picture. You'll have to go back and check that out. More electronic toys. Home pool table. Home air hockey. I always wanted one of those, but it's one of those things we couldn't justify. I mean, how many times are you going to actually play that to justify taking up all that space? It's better to just, at least when you're a little older, go to one of the bars and play it there, or one of the like Sports World and Kitchener type of arcades. Hockey, board games. Now, what is this? I'm not familiar with what this game is. Punch Your Lights Out. It's a game that encourages hitting. What could go wrong? This is that one of those electronic chess tables so that you could play chess against the computer before computers. Handheld. Yes. As Judge Milton C. Hardcastle used to say, now we're cooking. Vintage game systems. Usually, when I'm playing them, I am. I bet the Dino keyboard is way older. Yeah. Ah, you had me at Chrome. They pop up. I haven't made any history videos on them yet. I will someday, hopefully. But they pop up sometimes in comparisons to vintage figures or classified. Interesting idea would be to look some of this stuff up for modern day sales comparisons. That Punch Lights Out game recently sold on eBay for $100. Yeah, some of the stuff won't be too much different than what it was, and some of the stuff will be like I don't know, the USS Flag or the Defiant. Atari 7800, I used to have one. Yeah, I had the 2600, and then we got the 7800, and then the Nintendo came out, and so we had to wait. If we had just waited and used that money for an NES, it would have worked out better. But the NES blew everything away. There it is, $99.99. Playing Super Mario, and then the Master System. That was a real tough decision back then, which one to get, the Master System or the NES. And we went with the NES, and I think in the long run it was the right call. And then we went with the Genesis after that for 16-bit. And then shortly, well, a couple years after that, when it went down in price, we got the Super Nintendo. And I think if you had to have one, you get the NES. If you had to have one between the Genesis and the Super Nintendo, I don't know which one to pick because I love them both equally. Love these old game adverts. Just awesome. All you get is one screenshot of all the games. Yeah, this is why so many of us got out of toy collecting. Because quite honestly, video games are more exciting. They were interactive. They had stories to them, little stories you could play. Oh, there's the Joe section. G.I. Joe 1988. What's this kid wearing? Some kind of... those dress-up helmets. Watch out. Oops. Let's go back here. G.I. Joe can fight you anywhere with these awesome combat wheels. Watch out, Cobra. I've missed a couple of comments here. Opposite of Micronauts, so they're really big, I guess. Cool. Which games? I know there were a couple of games like Rambo for the Master System that I really wished the Nintendo had. It wasn't like today where a lot of games are on everything. Mega Man. Yeah, I love that on NES. I didn't really get much into it in the Super Nintendo days. Yeah, love looking at these. So glad they're all scanned because, you know, who's going to be able to track down an actual paper copy? Apple II. Fell out of favor with toys in the 90s when they became very gimmick heavy. Same here. And Neon. It was a combination of video games being really fun, awesome, interactive, and toys not being what they used to be. I wonder if I would have just kept collecting them if they had stayed on track. But I remember everything. Joe's, Transformers, the stuff that was still around wasn't what it used to be. And then the other stuff was just gone. Like He-Man was gone, and well, a lot of the lines just kind of fizzled away. Hey Mark, good to see you from Ireland. You still play game? Oh yeah, definitely. More of the older stuff. Not really like from time to time 8-bit stuff. Most of the old games I'll play is arcade on an emulator. So WrestleFest or a lot of arcade games I never knew existed. So I just found out Battletoads had an arcade game. So I got that to work, and it's actually my favorite Battletoads game. I like it better than the NES and the Super Nintendo game. It's tons of fun. And then I like to play games that are not super like brand new. I just finished Aliens Colonial Marines and I loved it. That was fantastic. I know it gets a lot of hate, but for me it was more about the immersion and the environment than the gameplay and all that stuff. I play everything on super easy. My reflexes aren't what they used to be. So I just like to walk around and be in the environment, be immersed. As you can tell, I like to be immersed in certain environments. And so I thought Colonial Marines was fantastic. Looking forward to playing that new one they just put out, but I'm in no rush. I guess you might say I'm more patient. I'm too patient for my own good, because a lot of other people I know aren't that patient, and my patience seems to drive people crazy. I'm like, look, I'll get to it when I get to it, and if I don't, no biggie. Catalogs are so much more fun than looking at CG renders on a website. So much effort put into the presentation. Yeah, I miss the dioramas. Even this, it's nothing super complicated, but this is fantastic. They're not outside, but they recreated outside. The dirt and the trees and the mountains. And this is just Sears, I think, doing this. I don't think this was Hasbro. Ooh, what are you? Commando Force. This is what I really like about these old catalogs. Finding out about these old lines I don't remember, didn't know existed. But number 21 there, it looks like a pretty decent chopper for your Joes. I'm wondering if this is 4-inch scale, 3 3/4. It says right there, 3 3/4 inch Airman. So those are Joe's scale. Very cool. And just want to catch up on these comments here. They're starting to come in. Perfect storm of our favorite toy lines being gone, video games being awesome, and our adolescence at the same time. Absolutely. Yeah, we don't really have that today. Man. Except the Rolling Thunder. Rolling Thunder is pretty impressive. I was just talking to my pal, the Greek, the other day about it, and we both were saying it's not a must-have, but if you can get it for a great price, it's impressive. Catalogs are okay. Dog-a-logs are better. I like them both equally. WrestleFest, yeah, still play that one. Marines wasn't that bad. And plus, it blew me away that Michael Biehn and Lance Henriksen are in it. Being able to run behind Hicks on a mission, it was incredible. He's got his shotgun holster on the back. I don't know how his armor survived. They repaired it, I guess. Sears was great at making Joe adjacent lines and sneaking them in the Joe section. Yeah. So these vehicles, I've never been able to get that one. It's just, I don't know, too ugly. Demon is a great one. Me Dog, I just mentioned my buddy the Greek. If he's watching this on the replay, there's your favorite right there. Just took a trip down to Retrosaurus, and he was dying to hold a Mean Dog, but he was too embarrassed. I'm just kidding. He hates the Mean Dog. He hates it. Sarge's Warthog. That's another fantastic one. Destro's, is it the Despoiler? The Bug is so awesome. That's different. Or is that red canopy, or is it just clear and you're seeing the red seats through there? But I'm very lucky to have one, thanks to a very, very good dude, good brother. Thank you, David, again. And looking forward to doing a video on it eventually. I've been just trying to, I need to take it out, obviously, into the water. It's just the timing of it. Need to find the time and a day where it's nice to do, where the waves aren't too crazy. Don't want to lose anything in the water. This is Willow. All right, next page here. We got some real Ghostbusters in the top corner here. The slime. That's funny. When you're doing a live stream and you see something in a vintage catalog and you can actually reach over and grab it. So the vintage Ghostbusters Janine's Volkswagen Beetle right there. I got the same figure in it too. The white Egon screaming guy. That's really cool. Whoa. Fix that after the stream. What else we got here? Ecto 2. Some people wonder if I have OCD just because of the sheer amount of stuff I have, and it's like moments like that where I can say, look, I don't need to prove anything to anybody, but I could prove to myself I don't have OCD because I just knocked a bunch of stuff over and a bunch of stuff fell over there, and I'll fix it when I fix it. I don't have to stop everything and go take care of it. The Rolling Thunder is insane. I wonder if you can see it behind me. Is that it? I think that's it right there. It's humongous. It's incredible. And the original OD Joes look fantastic in it. I've never seen anyone do that before, but I put 25th anniversary versions of all of the original guys, the OG 13, and it's like made for them. I mean, the little what is it called? Um, little roving vehicle here, clutch, right? The gunners, zap, short fuse, rock and roll, obviously. On the big, if it's a laser, flash. You got Steeler driving it, Hawk in the other chair. I mean, it kind of works for all of the original Joes. So that's the real Ghostbusters. And hey, let go. The mouse is malfunctioning here. Transformers. So it's time to play What's Mistransformed. 1988 Transformers. Recently discovered Secret Army supplies by Galoob. Do you collect that line? I've never heard of it. Secret Army. It kind of reminds me, though, of a set someone sent me a few years ago. It was Mattel. There were like badges with like little tiny mask-sized figures in it. Bob with bringing the facts. Ghostbusters was a popular comedic film in 1984. It was indeed. It spawned a sequel in 1989 too. Anyone know why the Ecto-2 was the only Ghostbusters vehicle released not to have a ghost with it? Well, that's something I've never noticed. That is a very observant observation that I've never thought about that. Did the firehouse, it's not a vehicle, but did the firehouse come with a ghost? I don't know. Did Janine's? I guess Janine's Volkswagen Beetle is a ghost. I don't see anything mistransformed here. Prime's guns are down, but they don't really need to be up. They actually did a good job this time. I think this is supposed to be on the belly. Double Dealer's gun when he's in Falcon mode or whatever mode this is. That looks fine. Actually, seems like they transformed everything correctly for once. Ah, that's the one I was thinking. Thanks. Men of Metal. Yeah, that's a great line. Do you know a G.I. Joe like figures line with backpacks? File 4 and the backpacks combined to make a helicopter or a jet. Can't say that sounds familiar. Highway Hunter had a small... Okay. That's what that's for. Thank you. You know, I bought a bunch of Ghostbusters toys a while ago, and I have an engine ghost, and I didn't know what it actually went with. See, I wasn't sure because I'm gonna knock a bunch of other stuff over. It doesn't open. I thought there was like a ghost in there and there's no real room for an engine, but I gotta check that out later if I remember. All right. Good old Sears catalog. Great memories. Super Genrai, Genrai, Genrai. There's always someone out there who goes, you got it wrong. And it's like there's more than one way to pronounce everything. There's more than one way to pronounce things. That's where it's nice to have a little bit of world experience, either travel or, in my case, family from another part of the world, and you start to learn there's more than one way to pronounce things, to do things, to cook things. There's m.a.s.k. If you're wondering, Bob, where's m.a.s.k? There it is. Yeah. We're late in the line here, 88. So when did m.a.s.k start? 85? 85, 6, 7, 8. Interesting. I just recently picked this up. It's a Gloria's Stiletto. That's one I have been looking for a long time. And I finally picked one up. It wasn't cheap, but it wasn't as expensive as they go. Good things come to those who wait a long time. So cool to finally have that one. And the jet. And up here, that's weird. You can highlight text on here. Some Cops. This was the year the Cops came out. Cops versus Crooks. Cops and Crooks. Got the Ironsides and the Blue Streak. The figures were fantastic. The Air Raid. They reused a couple of their own trademarks. So Air Raid was a Transformer aerial bot. And they just used it. Blue Streak also with an Autobot. So they just reused some of their own trademarks. And here's Willow. Whoops. Get back here. It's a little non-posable Willow figures. I remember loving the movie. And I wanted to get these, but they just sucked. Like, for an older kid, it wasn't exactly 8 or 9 anymore. Just having these little miniature, like basically board game pieces, I was very, very disappointed that they weren't proper posable figures. Raven's a great one. Awesome theme song. Yeah, one of the best, maybe the best. Yep, yellow's quite a bit. That's been one of the sticking points for me. I've passed on a lot of them because of the yellowing. You can pretty easily bleach them these days, especially with the new paste that you can get on Amazon. Tried it out on my Defiant, and it took a couple of applications, but it works, and it's so much easier than soaking it. So the stiletto I got is not too bad, actually. I don't know if I want to bother with bleaching it, but the paste is awesome if you haven't tried it. Yeah. Not that Willow. Like the new show for the most part. There's some. Oh yeah, that's right. He did do the music for Willow. It had some things that I wasn't crazy about. Some things that were typical modern Disney that they like to do to your old beloved properties. But it was good to see the old crew back. I bet you do a Christmas type videos all year. Well, I feel the spirit of Christ all year long, so why wouldn't I celebrate his birthday all year long? Well, that's I think that's pretty much the stuff that most of us are into. And it started drying up by 88, guys. I mean, we've got one page here of G.I. Joe, and we've got 2 pages here. And I mean, where's He-Man? Just look around the room here. Where's Thundercats? Thundercats was gone by that point. Where's Wrestling? Wrestling was still going. I think we might see a few more pages of toys because there should be LJN wrestlers. Those went till 89. Some RC cars. Hey, look, it's Godzilla. Micro Machines. These were awesome. Amount of detail in these. It's incredible. Time for a new Christmas tune. Wow, that is elaborate. Where do you put this? Only $89. Well, that was a lot of money back then. That's about close to flag price. MOTU was in Italy, Spain, Portugal till 88, but by 89, New Adventures had come out. 80s had the best toys. I still have all my childhood toys, plus 30 years of collecting built up. Oh, that's awesome that you held on to it. Flag of motorized cars, yep. It's funny that flag is a term that toy collectors use to represent something that is mind-boggling, humongous, without equal. Yeah, no kidding. Paid way more in research and development back in the 80s on toys. Yeah, that's impressive. It's more simplistic type of thing. Trains. Is that Playmobil? Kind of looks like Playmobil. Whoa, $219 in 1988? That is one of the most expensive toys I've ever seen in any catalog. Wow, and this one's $199. That's really steep. The baseball net. And it was about that time that a lot of guys were trying to get into shape. So how much you bench? Get yourself a bench press. Is that Jordan there? Check out Air on Amazon. Amazing movie. Ben Affleck is one of the best directors going today. Fantastic movie. It's the most exciting movie about a corporate endorsement deal ever made. I think that might be it for the toy section. They either didn't include some of the other lines that were still around, or they were done. Bunch of sleeping bags, roller skates, bikes, blankets, more poo, nativity scene. Whoa, really? 282? Yeah. That's a bank breaker right there. It's nice to see some Christmas-related stuff in a Christmas catalog. What is this thing? Step-in comfort cordless foot massager. Wow, is that leather? I've never seen anything like that. It's usually just a little foot bath with like bubbles and stuff. That's pretty fancy. Shaving stuff. Furniture. We're nearing the end here. We only got about 100 pages to go. Appliances. Beanbag chairs. Dub bears. Golfing. Oh yeah. Am I gonna get demonetized for showing this stuff? Guns, guns, guns. Oh, that's cool. You could get an old style handgun, rifles. Gun cat. This is another section I used to look at. Toys, the games, and the guns. Oops. What's going on here? My mouse is there we go. You might have too many guns if you need a cabinet for your guns, unless it's part of your livelihood, like hunting for food to feed your family and other families. But yeah, I don't know who needs like 6 rifles. You know, who works in an office. Although, you know, guys with cabinets filled with guns would look at my stuff and say, what do you need all those GI Joes for? So to each his own. Pool tables. They're repeating some stuff here. Another air hockey. Home exercise equipment. If you want to spend some money, here's an easy way to do it back then. Gyms today are so great, though, and cheap. They're getting so cheap. Why not just get yourself a cheap gym membership? You don't have to give up all the space and pay all the money for that home gym equipment. Telephones. Scott just got some muscle shirts, so his guns will be on display all summer. I hope you have a permit for those. Does the musket come with a bottle of rum so you can play being Captain Jack Sparrow? Why is the rum gone? Were they real, those guns? I believe so. Some of them were pellet guns, air guns. But yeah, you could buy real guns at Sears. Because I remember being able to buy real guns at Canadian Tire here, you know, long time ago when I was a kid. But you could actually buy a bullet shooting rifle and handgun at Canadian Tire a long time ago. You know, back when there was crime. They're all banned in Canada now because we don't have any crime anymore. So there's no need for them. That's a surreptitious wink right there to indicate I'm not being serious. Old computer consoles. Cameras. Well, the phone business has pretty much put this business out of business. Real cameras. The film that you have to take to get developed. Look at the lens on that. Whew. Incredible. And it's really spectacular that a small phone that fits in your back pocket can take almost as nice a picture as this insane lens here with depth of field. There you go. Someone got it. Most people don't. The internet can be pretty silly. How many people take everything seriously, way too seriously, especially themselves. That was the 80s. Bubblegum, hot dogs, guns. Back in the day here, you could even take your guns to high school if you left them in your I don't know about that. In Texas, you can buy guns at the gas station and ammo. I remember hearing about one place called, I think it was Bob's Guns and Fries. Or no, Bob's Fries and Ammo? Somewhere in the States where you could buy French fries and ammunition. Being from the UK seems strange to see guns in a home catalog. Bob Backlund didn't need all that equipment. No, just the ab wheel and a box. And keyboards. I want to wrap this up in a few minutes here. I know a lot of people got to get back to work. Oh, yeah. Look at these gorgeous Walkman. Original mobile devices right here. Loved mine. They didn't have reflector in the camera section. They might have, but who would notice? Any keytars? Walkman, now we're talking. You gotta love these old headsets for them too. Every headset looked the same. It's just this kind of aluminum, whatever it is, bendy wire with the foam. Not like what I'm wearing right now. This would be considered like military. If you went back in time and wore this, people would think you're wearing some kind of military headset. Is this wireless here? I wonder if that's really bulky looking. And yeah, I had one of these, the waterproof one, the sports Walkman that you can run in the rain with, drop in the lake, theoretically. Is one of these blaster boom boxes with a cassette player, detachable speakers. These were really durable for something that you could take apart and put back together all the time. But you could say that about a lot of things back then. Built to last, not built to be replaced in a year or two. Whoa. Look at that entertainment unit. A white boombox. You don't see that very often. Most of them were silver or gray or black. It's yellow today, if it still exists. Movies. The classics. E.T. VCRs. Oh, man. Things you never thought you'd get nostalgic about. VCRs. I haven't seen a VCR in ages. Had a headset like that, big bulky on it, had radio. That's what it is. The radio. Built-in radio. Still have my detachable speaker boombox from then. It still works. Miss my Walkman. I had a Discman too. Dropped it in the no, that was a Walkman I dropped into the water. The Discman was ridiculous because it's like this big thing that played a CD. And I remember one thing about the Discman being you had to get a high quality one. Usually I didn't care. I just go with a cheaper brand, but the Sony ones were the ones that could take the impact. If you got a cheaper Discman, walking would make it skip. So it had to have some kind of like shock absorption in it in order to not skip. You know what's not built to last anymore? Fridges, washing machines, dryers, cars, video game systems. I keep hearing like someone's PS3 died, their PS4 died, their PS5 died, like all the PlayStations, Xboxes. Xboxes might be a little more durable than PlayStations. Toys, people are always breaking toys. Everything is busting so easily these days. Any Laserdisc players. I miss Sears, my mom's favorite store. I got so many figures there over the years. All right. Just about wrapping this up. TVs. The old boob tubes. Yeah. Still got my childhood one. It doesn't work anymore, but I just love the wooden cabinet it comes in. It's a decoration now, even though it's not a functional thing. 777. That's fitting for a Christmas stream. 31-inch. That's humongous. These days, it's a fairly decent computer monitor. 46. Wow, what? 50-inch? That's humongous. $2,500 for a 50-inch TV in '88, and some camcorders. Yeah, need a whole football team to move them. Remember using a Discman in my first car with a tape converter, right? Yeah, and you pop the tape converter in the cassette, and it has a cord that comes out of it. Forgot about that. And that's it. We did it. We made it. That's the '88 Sears Christmas catalog. Well, that was a fun one. Just slightly on the not depressing, but things are starting to go away. So it kind of helps. It kind of reminds me of those days where it's like all the fun stuff is starting to go away and not being replaced by equally fun stuff. But '88 was still a pretty good year. As far as toys go, it was pretty thin. That's when the especially the Hasbro lines started to just come and go, like one wave. Visionaries here and gone. Cops made it to 2 series, but went pretty quick. Remember watching Barney Miller and Hogan's Heroes on our old wooden TV. Yeah. Bit of a tail end. We just found out stuff wasn't around really slowly. Yeah, it'll be interesting to do '89 next. And see if that trend continues, or if maybe this was just a slow year. Whew, that Alf watch is hideous. Yeah, that was fun. Wondering if I missed a page, but pretty sure we hit everything. All right, that's it for today. You're right. Around there, Turtles was late '80s. Batman, also the Keaton Batman movie. Rats, yep. '89, pick up with the Turtles, maybe Kenner Batman. It was Toy Biz in '89, and then Kenner picked it up in 1990. So it's always been around. It's just this might have been a little bit of a lull. Kenner, yeah, I just picked up the Kenner Bat Missile Batmobile. That's something I have been looking for ever since I found out it existed. I never knew about it back in the day, but a couple years ago I found out about it and went, I need to have this thing. And patience pays off. Found a local one in amazing shape, nothing broken on it. Thank you for joining, Gaz. Much appreciated. Thank you for joining. And I'm going to sign off here. Thank you all for being a part of today's stream. Much appreciated. And to all of you that are part of the Patreon tribe, Third Mistake, thank you very much for supporting the channel. Much appreciated. A couple of you are also our channel members. You hit that join button. Appreciate that too. And hope you have a great rest of your week. And I'll be back as soon as I can, but it might not be that soon. depending on how much business I got to take care of, health, business, family business. But these are always fun. Great to hang out with you folks. Thank you, Micah. Gaz got the custom emoji going there. Thank you, Bob. All right. Merry Christmas in July, everyone. Take care. Nerdmas Day.